What's up, guys? It's Drifts and Lifts here. Alright, so today we're going to be prepping the drift truck for the event this weekend. So I guess we got a couple days, we got 2 days until the event. So yeah, we still got to do a couple things. I'm going to be installing the modded knuckles in the truck. And along with the modded knuckles, as you guys know, you need some wide wheels and spacers. So I just took those off the front of Goldie right now, and I'm going to be putting them back on once we're done drifting the truck at the event. But I'm gonna throw these two wheels on the front, and then I also have some pea shoots that I'm going to throw on the back, get it ready for it. And my good friend Mitch, that you guys saw his 16 valve 740 on the last video, he actually has a truck and a trailer. So he is going to be driving the A tractor out to the event for me. So shout out to Mitch, big thanks to him making this happen. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. We're going to head over to my parents' house and yeah, kind of prep the truck. I'll show you guys how to remove the knuckles and stuff. And hopefully the tie rods aren't too seized and I'll be able to just eyeball align it, because I'm not going to be able to get it in for an actual alignment before the event. Plus, because there's no way for me to get it to a shop, I have to tow it. So I can only get it towed essentially once with Mitch. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Hope you guys like the video. Alright guys, so we just arrived at my parents' house here. So look at it. This is the drift truck. It's just been hanging out, the A tractor. I feel like it probably feels like neglected. It just wants to be diddled. Yeah. So alright guys, we're going to be installing these modded knuckles that Aaron made for us, and these are the pea shoots that I'm going to put on. They're going to be roasted off first. One thing that I love about the drift truck, and I'll notice this more at the event, is that with no weight in the rear and not having a turbo, it doesn't wear through tires very quick. So you can usually, you know, this set right here will probably last like 20 something laps, if not more. So I won't have to change tires, which is kind of cool. And it's like just the good amount of power for drifting with non-turbo. So yeah, we're gonna bring this onto the road. And I also brought a couple things that I need to start it up, just like ignition coil and spark plug wires. So I'm gonna throw those in, and yeah, we're gonna wrench some knuckles in and put the cool wheels on the front. And then once we're all done that, we're gonna take it for a little cruise down the street just around here, test out the knuckles, see how they feel, and that'll be kind of the video. So let's do it up. Okay, so we just put the spark plug wires and the ignition coil and the manifold caps on. So the old A tractor is ready to fire up. So it's the first time I fired this thing up in a little while, actually. It's probably been like probably almost a month now. It's getting pretty close to. Yeah. So yeah, let's see how she starts. Should be perfectly fine. Scott's gonna film.
Right on. Straight up. Alright, it's time to do some knuckles.
Alright, so this is, I guess, where we're going to be doing the wrenching, right here in the middle of the road. Oh well, what can you do? It's not a very public road, luckily. So yeah, here's stock angle. I cranked it all the way over. So that is stock angle on Volvo 740, like you guys already saw in the last video. So I'll take a picture right now, and then once we put the modded knuckles in and tweak a couple things, then we will compare it with the stock knuckles. So with Scott's, like I said, he had the ones with a bit more Ackerman. So these are the ones that Aaron made with a little less Ackerman. We're hoping that it feels a bit better for drifting. So it's tough to say. We're just gonna have to try them out. I'm sure it'll feel better than stock regardless. So yeah, let's see how it goes. All right guys, so guess what step one is? Step one is taking the wheel off. How did you guess? It's really difficult taking the wheel off, so you should probably take an automotive mechanics course before you go about doing this. 5 bolts, 5 nuts. There's a lot of nuts, guys, so just be careful is all I'm saying. All right, let's actually get into it here. So what we're gonna do is detach the tie rod end, and then there's going to be 2 bolts underneath to detach the ball joint from the strut assembly, and then we're going to take off this top nut right here, this big one. I think it's a 15/16 or 20/24 or something, and then these are going to come out. Actually no, we can probably leave the top hat in. Yeah, that's right. So then this is just going to slide out. Oh, and I brought my, yeah, okay. Yeah, see, this is a top hat bearing here, and it grenaded on on this one here. It's actually all crappy. So I went to pick apart and found one with a decent bearing in it. It's not exactly perfect, but it'll do for now. All right, so Scott is just disconnecting the sway bar end link right there. So we do this because if you don't disconnect that, then the whole strut assembly won't drop very far down, so you kind of have to. Yeah, I mean, it helps a lot. You might have a little bit of a problem getting the whole thing out without doing this. So here we go. See, it dropped down right when he took that nut out. And then the one last thing I forgot to tell you guys, you got to remove the brake caliper and the rotor, obviously. So there's the 2 nuts on the back of the, sorry, actually there are 2 bolts on the back of the caliper there. So they're actually an Allen key head. What's that called, a hex, or? No, it's an Allen key, I don't know, sorry. Big Allen, yeah. Yeah, big Allen key. So yeah, you got to remove that, and then once you're done that, it's pretty straightforward. The thing just pops out the bottom. So we'll show you guys when we get there. Alright guys, I got a little bit carried away there, but the stock knuckle, or no, that's the modded one actually. There's the stock one. Look at the mess I've made already. Alright, so the modded knuckle is going to go back in. This thing is the top hat bearing. So these are really common to fall, I don't know, like, at least in my, my travels, these always come apart on me. When I'm just like cutting the springs and taking apart the strut assembly, the bearing just explodes. And you lose all the ball bearings, and then it's not really very useful after that. So I found a new one from the pick apart yard. Like I said, I'm gonna throw that in there. So then we have like we can actually turn the wheels without the steering rack fighting against basically dirt and plastic. So yeah, we're gonna throw the new knuckle in, and I'm excited to see how much angle these ones get. Should be cool. All right, once again I got a little carried away. So yep, this knuckle is installed. So tie rod is tight, ball joint's tight, brake caliper's tight, and this nut right up here is tight. Damn, I got the hiccups. Can you give me the hiccups? Yeah, so what are we doing now? We are putting on the cool wheels with the spacers. And then once we get both knuckles in, I'm not going to test it out yet because one knuckle is different than the other. Then we'll do a little bit of like a U-turn test and compare it with the stock knuckle angle. So I think these ones should be pretty good. No Ackerman, or very little Ackerman. Alright, so this side is done. I'm not going to do a how to do the other side, obviously, because it's the exact same procedure as the last side I just showed you. So once we're done installing this knuckle on this side, we'll put it on the ground and we'll take it for a little bit of a rip down the street and kind of test out what these knuckles feel like. All right, so it looks like we have no more daylight left. I apologize, guys. I wish I got this done a little bit earlier. But yeah, so here's the finished product. I'll show you guys a before and after right now. Boom, boom. So yeah, that's what we're working with. I'm really happy with how these knuckles turned out. This is some wicked steering angle, man. Oh, this thing is going to be so fun to drift at the event. So yeah, I guess that's kind of the end of the video for today, guys. I'm really stoked for the event this weekend, so that's coming in 2 days. Tomorrow is our last day before the event.
2 days, dude. Holy
2
shit.
days. Yeah, so make sure you guys check out my Drifts and Lifts Teespring store, merchandise store. So that's in the description of this video. There's a link to that store. We got Volvo Drift Ale, Lager, and very soon we're gonna have the Wagon Beer Drift shirt coming out. So we're not too sure. I think it's gonna be like a dark ale, something like that. I know I say this every single video, but yeah, so make sure you check that out. What else to come on the channel? You guys may be seeing a little bit of street drifting. Not from us though, just from some other random dudes in Volvos and shit. Yeah, not us, but it's still gonna be awesome footage. So yeah, guys, I guess that's it for the video today. Sorry you can't really see me here, but like and subscribe for hyper extended Volvos. Peace out.